I just want to thank you guys for hanging out on this epic greenhouse build that has been taking me way longer than I thought and has cost me quite a bit more than I thought. Oh boy, guys. Today's gonna be a day. Let's get started. Okay. It's bright. Before I unload the truck and get ready for today, I just wanted to tell you a couple of reasons why it's taken me so long. I've really been racking my brain on how to finish up the glazing wall. So as of right now, most of the other 3 walls are trimmed out. Done. Soffit's done. Like, this is the last wall. And I've been procrastinating because there's a couple of slight differences from just slapping a window in there. I'm going to use polycarbonate panels to put in here, and I can't just put a little stop and be done with it, because I have all of these extra layers that I've been putting onto this structure. Remember, we have the foam, we have then the sheathing on top of that, then the house wrap on top of that, then we have furring strips on top of that, which you can see right here. Then on top of the furring strips, we have the siding. We have all of these layers that are just compounding, and there's a lot of thickness there. So it's not just 2x4 sheathing and then you slap a window in there. It's not the same. So I've really been trying to figure this out, and I think I have it. All of this means I finally have to cut this. I've been holding off for so long. I don't know why. It's just, there's something about making a hole in this beautiful house wrap that I spent so much time putting up. It's kind of like hanging your first picture in a brand new home. You just moved in, the walls are freshly painted, everything looks beautiful, and you just struggle just a little bit to put that first nail, that first hole in the wall. Anyways, is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Ugh. No turning back now. Let me get something to clean that up. This little masonry broom, hopefully you can hear me over all that. This thing's been really helpful. I've used it for brushing off stuff like this, keeping materials clean before staining. Obviously I used it when I was brushing all the masonry. It's turned out to be a lot more useful than I would have imagined. I've always just kind of kept it in the truck with me, and I pull it out more often than I thought I would. All right. Next. Oh, got to turn it on first. Looking for that smile. Yep. You might start to notice what I'm trying to do here. So I have the siding, I have the furring strips behind this, I have the house wrap behind that as well, and I'm having to cover all of that so that when I go to trim it out, this is just a scrap piece, but when I go to trim it out, I'm going to trim it flush to this. And then I could put another 1x4 piece on top of this if I want like a small apron over top. And then I can sort of miter that apron to give me a good slope. This is going to basically be the stop for the polycarbonate that's going to rest on the inside of this. So it is going to be a pretty deep sill on the outside, which is a little bit concerning in terms of just water, driving rain hitting this, but I think if I put a good enough slope on the apron that I put on top of this, we should be okay. We're trimmed out, guys. We're trimmed out. Oh, I hope this works. I got a giant hole in my brand new building. Let's fill it in. Before I put this up, I gotta peel the protective plastic off of it, because it might be a real pain to try to take it off once everything is in place. Man, this stuff is no joke. It does not want to let go. I think I cut the hole a little small on this because I'm really having to crunch this thing down. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh no! The piece I need is over there. Oh, please don't fall. Of course, the wind is blowing now, because that's what it does when you gotta be quick. All right. All right, guys. Well, it was a little, it was a little touch and go for a little bit because the wind keeps picking up and down, and I'm trying to hold this thing, and I'm reaching for tools, and I have to have everything pre-cut and ready to go. And so it's, yeah, it was a little touch and go, but we got it up. Just something to keep in mind. I may have mentioned it when I was putting the polycarbonate on the roof, but you got to make sure that you put the UV protected side on the outside. What I end up doing is when I peel the plastic off, I kind of just leave a little piece of the plastic that has the sticker, just as a reminder, because if you get in the zone and you start flipping things around and turning it, and you start to forget, because I can't really tell a difference between the UV protected side and the unprotected side. So I just leave the sticker on, and then I peel it off after it's been installed. Looks good so far. It's gonna look even better once I trim it out and stuff and all the windows are in, but it's coming together. Not bad. It's looking pretty good. Once that gets trimmed out and we get all the battens in and all the rails and stiles and stuff, it almost feels like, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but we're getting really close to finishing this. Now, I have not made the doors yet. That's another problem. I'll get to that another time, but this is coming together really nice, so I'll keep plugging at it. You might notice how I'm kind of doing it. I'm sort of wrapping it a little bit in. There's a big debate about how to cut the house wrap. Some people wrap it all the way in. Some people cut it flush right to the end and caulk it, all kinds of things. I'm only doing it this way because of the type of glazing I'm installing. If I was installing, you know, a typical vinyl window or something like that, I would likely cut the house wrap flush and maybe use like a zip tape or something over top of that. For this, I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in just a little bit, put a couple of staples just to tack it down so it's not crinkling and moving and folding over on itself while I'm trying to install all of the inset trim. So I'm going to keep cracking at it, and yeah, we'll see where we end up today. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. Appreciate the company. Getting bright in here. Alright guys, well, it's the story of my life. I'm short like 2 boards for me to be able to finish trimming out the last window, so I'm not going to cut the house wrap because I don't want to, you know, get half of the trim in and then try to pin up the polycarbonate. I don't have to do that. I can just wait. I'll run to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, grab a couple more boards so that I can finish that up. In the meantime, I guess that's it for today, and I just want to thank you guys for hanging out on this epic greenhouse build that has been taking me way longer than I thought and has cost me quite a bit more than I thought. I've sort of been working over such a long period of time that I've been at the whims of lumber prices and just a lot of things. But I still believe that I'm creating a structure here that is saving me money, and it's going to be a multi-purpose building. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It's coming together, and it's looking really sharp in here. And it feels good in here. It's comfortable. It's a little chillier if I step outside. The wind is a little cold. In here, it feels good. Like, plants could grow in this. And I still have a giant 10 by 10 opening. So I can only imagine how much warmer it's going to get in here as soon as I close that space in. I guess I'll leave it here. You guys, as always, be good. I'll see you on the next one.